Welcome back to the Final Siren, where we discuss and break down Craig McRae's presser and all the little interviews after the game. We've got a bunch of players on via Collingwood's website, but let's get straight into this presser. It only goes for about 4 minutes, so a nice short presser to end the season. I thought there'd be a lot more to talk about, but let's get into it.
All right, let's get into it.
Got you over the line tonight?
Probably fight. Probably, critical moments there with big tackles from Darcy Cameron or big spoils from Billy Frampton or big moments, but also.
He mentions that the fight is what got us over the line here. If we didn't have that Adelaide game last week, where we finally showed some fight, I don't reckon the Collingwood of 3 or so weeks ago would have won this game. We haven't shown fight for quite a while, and then to show fight yesterday and off the back of an incredible hard fought contest against Adelaide that really held us in good stead. We were saying for quite a while, for at least a week or so, we were saying that the fight is back. This is the Collingwood of old, if you will, and we finally saw that out and finishing off close games.
Probably also just the ability to take a bit more risk when we needed to.
Again, the shackles were off, and when we took the risk is when we looked the best. We stopped playing boring football.
Yeah, just thought in the third quarter we played pretty much kick it down the line, lose contest, and
boring football.
Against a team with Max Gawn and Stephen May, that's a pretty... Yeah, he's not going to serve you well as well. So taking more risk and then just a will to win. It's just nice to win a close game. We haven't won one for a while.
Yeah.
Was it the ideal way to enter a final series?
Yeah, I think so. Like, we win. Don't know where we're going to qualify yet. I'm not sure what that means, but...
So this was done before the Gold Coast game. So I think it is a really good way to enter the final series, not only because we won, and that's our second win since that Carlton game, which is, when you think about it, is wild. But it's just the state in which we won. It was the fight. It was all of those defensive efforts towards the end, like Craig mentioned at the start. It was the Darcy Cameron tackle, Billy Frampton, Scott Pendlebury laid a couple of tackles in the last quarter, 2 intercept marks. And it just shows that we can go to different gears, and it's good to know that we can still do that. For a while, I thought it might have been gone, but we did go to different gears, and we could still do that.
16 wins and a good percentage. I'm sure anyone in this room would be pretty happy with that at the start of the year. It's a crazy year when 16 sort of, you're not sure where you're going to land. We celebrated that just after with our whole group, and we put ourselves. We've got a pulse now. We're alive.
We've got a pulse now. We're alive. Oh, we do have a pulse. 3 more wins and we're premiers.
About the Adelaide game taking a step forward, where do you see
exactly
that now?
Yeah, I think credit to Melbourne. I thought they were outstanding, and their best players play well. When Petraka and Gawn are playing really, really well, they're a pretty hard team to beat. 15 points down in the last quarter, and then finding a way to win. That's us just having that year or that.
We're using the same vernacular. Like this is the first time watching it, but just going to different gears, 100%.
Mode of transport to get us moving. I thought we took some big steps last week in our defence. I thought we took some growth in our offence this week. We scored at 50% time we went in. Some of them were wide, some of them were long shots. We missed a lot of set shots, which kept the scoreboard.
We went inside 52 times for 27 scoring shots. And it was really our set shots that let us down. Maybe the occasion got to them a little bit, but at least we were giving ourselves a look at it, more so than 71 or 72 inside 50s last week and only 16 scoring shots. So we are converting more now, and hopefully we go from what we did at Adelaide, what we did at Melbourne, and whoever we've played in that first week of finals, we can flip the script and go more goals than behinds, fingers crossed.
A lot for the opposition at times, but some growth in our offence and a growth in our defence last week.
What do you know about the severity of Jeremy Howe's groin injury?
I just had a brief chat to him. The adductor injury can be somewhat on the minor end at times. They tend to but he'll quickly, I think, but we won't know until we get a scan. He may be a sneaky chance for the first final. I'm not sure.
Sneaky chance for the first final for Howie would be huge, but I fear that his body is just letting him down now. His body is absolutely letting him down. Remember, he hasn't signed an extension with the contract. I don't know. I just fear the worst. And it really hurts to think about. But if we can get him back, I personally wouldn't rush him for that first week. We saw what rushing him could do. Like, is this a rush, or I know it was a concussion that he was coming from. Was his lows just not managed properly? I really don't know. But can we beat Adelaide? It looks like we'll play without Jeremy Howe. Well, we nearly did. So I think I'd give him until the prelim, in my opinion.
Yeah. If it's a bit more than that, I don't know.
A tough month of footy. Does the pre-finals bye sort of allow you to reset and refocus?
Yes, it does. We've had a big run of playing the top teams, week after week, which again gives you feedback. And this has been a qualifying phase,
and we know where we are now, playing all these top teams all at the same time.
We'll reset ourselves. Wednesday we'll relaunch to a new season, because it is a new season.
I love that.
You have a whole different outcomes at the end of it now. You lose, you're out for some, and you win. If you finish top 4, you win 1, you're in a prelim. You win 2, you're in a grand final. That's how close we are right now. So
far out.
We'll reset.
It just gives me butterflies thinking about it. Even just getting to a prelim after one win is bloody huge, and we don't have to do it the long way now. Like, there was fears that we would finish anywhere between 5 and 7th. I think, I don't know if we could have finished 8th, but 5 and 7th. And now we don't have to think about it. We've got that double chance. Our boys can get back if they get injured or whatever that may be. We've really set ourselves up. And like Craig McRae said right at the start of the season, he split this year into four seasons of weather. And now we're in the season of spring. It's a new season, and we reset and we go again.
Set ourselves Wednesday and then relaunch.
On the injury front, McRae and Meyer checked as well. How are they going?
Yeah, Checker's got something with his hand, not sure. Bo got stomped on his foot, so that was pretty sore for a while.
Ouch.
Again, we won't really know until maybe early next week or as early as the weekend, but I don't think they're of concern at the moment.
That's good.
With Jordan De Goey's output tonight.
Yeah. I think he's a mile ahead of where I thought he would be at this time. I still thought he'd be playing sub or subbed out. And
wow. That's wild. That's wild for Fly to say that. Like, I think, so with Jordan De Goey, he went full beast mode, right? And for Fly to say, I think he'll still be subbed out. These last couple of weeks where, that Hawthorn, so Geordie comes back for the Brisbane game. In that Hawthorn game, Jeremy Howe gets obviously knocked out in the first minute, and then Ned Long has to come on. I think the plan there was to sub off Jordan De Goey at some stage during that game, but he had to play a full game. They obviously managed his minutes. And then Adelaide, they managed his minutes again, but they felt that his body was all good and ready to go. So for him to be ahead of schedule just gives me so much hope that we're going to see 2023 finals beast De Goey this final series.
Once his clearance work is back to his beast mode, and he's an important player for us. And historically, finals have been his time to shine. So
there you go.
Excited for what could be.
What did you make of Pendle's last score? I think he had 8 disposal to 100%.
Enormous.
Incredible.
Taking kick-ins. Just, it's amazing what he's able to do. He's just so in tune with our game, and like he's just sort of like an orchestra, just
like a conductor.
Down, speed us up.
And that's what I said in my review of the game. That's why I love Pendles as that quarterback / conductor. He might be not the quickest anymore. Well, he probably never was the quickest, but his mind is as sharp as it's ever been, and he really, really helped us out.
Just incredible, and his way to get it where the ball needs to go, or get the ball back for us. It's remarkable, really. It is. We're good. Let's go watch the other game, huh?
Let's go watch the other game. Look, a quick press conference. There's probably not really much to talk about. Hit on everything that we sort of needed him to sort of say. No talk about the system. which is, that's what happens when you're winning. You don't have to sort of mention the system and when you're winning. But we saw the system really hold up for times. But I do like that Fly shouted out that we were just boring, especially in that third quarter, kick mark, and then we'd kick it down the line and it would go to Max Gorn. So when we released those shackles in that last quarter, we were able to play Collingwood football. All right, so now we're going to go to the club presser, not the club presser, the club interviews. So there's a bunch of Collingwood players. So let's get into it with Q.
Finish there at a Collingwood of yesteryear in a way. How'd you see that last quarter?
Yeah, you're spot on. It was pretty tight. Went through a bunch of different game modes as the game went on, but I just loved our ability to get really aggressive and start scoring.
See, I just loved our ability to get really aggressive and start scoring. Like, why couldn't we be aggressive from the start of the game?
I thought we looked really dangerous.
Do you think that's maybe a part of the plan? Like, they just lulling everyone into a false sense of Collingwood's boring, and then we can flip the switch and go aggressive? Interesting.
And it was fun footy to play.
And that last call particularly, it just looked like our transition from D50 to forward 50 was a lot to do with just taking risks through the corridor. Was that the approach?
Yeah, basically. We're just way more aggressive and
Need to take risks from the start. We should have put these guys to bed so much early on.
opened up the corridor and it gave people space, and we were able to access one-on-ones and our forward.
And one thing with Q saying, open up the corridor. In the Adelaide game, we barely used the corridor after that first quarter. So maybe they saw that and they tried to rectify it in this last quarter.
It looked really dangerous, and we're actually able to score, which was great. So I feel like that's a bit of a blueprint going forward.
Great win, Q. Enjoy.
Cheers. Thank you.
There you go.
Behind victories are pretty synonymous with that black and white Guernsey. Your first in Collingwood colours. How was it?
Yeah, people have been telling me when I got to the club that was the usual Collingwood way. So, when it gets tight, the crowd just gets louder and louder, and I think the boys thrive in that sort of environment because they've been in it for so long.
I think Roan had a fantastic game since coming on as a sub. I really do think he keeps his spot, and because his contract's expiring, he's got a 6-month contract when he was picked up at the mid-season draft. I think he gets maybe a 2-year contract extension. I love everything about this kid. Can hit a player on the lead, is really good user of the ball, and just pace. We need pace. Roan's got it.
Us to, be a part of that and be on the good end of that. Really important win, and the faithful were pretty loud at the end there too, which got us over the line.
And you particularly, obviously, you've been in and out and, had an outstanding performance at VFL level last week. What's your game look like and your training program look like in terms of getting back into this team?
Yeah, it's just about being ready and staying ready, I think. Just trying to be an AFL player, whether I'm playing AFL or VFL, just trying to hold those standards really high. And
32 disposals last week in the VFL. You would have heard me talk about it for a while. It's a shame that he's not going to be playing in the wildcard round, though, on Sunday. But I'm so happy for him.
I think the club does an amazing job at allowing us boys to just be like that and play to our strengths. And I was lucky enough to come on with a little bit of time and just use my run and dash. And
yeah, that's it. That's it.
Inside 50 and that
it's one of the best in the team at the moment.
Those spots on the wing and half forward really suit my strengths. So, the coaches and the players give me great faith that I can just go out and play to my strengths and the rest will take care of itself.
Enjoy the win, mate.
Thank you.
Ned, obviously an exceptional finish there. How do you summarise that last 15 minutes of footy after probably letting ourselves down a little bit in the third quarter? We had a lot of belief there, didn't we?
Yeah, 100%. It was a bit nerve-wracking at the end there, but huge last quarter, needed it, and really.
I think Ned Long had an okay game, probably not one of his best, but that goal, and I'm sure he's going to talk about it, that goal was absolutely incredible, exactly when we needed it.
Stepped up.
Your goal in the pocket? Talk us
there you
through
go.
it. Were you trying to kick through the sticks? It was obviously a snap, so it looked a little bit more like a centering ball.
Intentional, 100%. Centering it and worked out well. I think I got a good block from maybe checkers in the goal.
Yeah, and it was a nice bounce as well.
Jordan De Goey's played a lot of time in the midfield tonight. I think it was 26 disposals, a goal. Did you notice out in the field that he was having a big presence out there tonight, particularly, after being building over the last couple of weeks?
100%, yeah. Huge. The ability to fight the tackle, break the tackle, get the ball moving forward. Really big for us, and he's looking really good coming into finals, which is exciting.
That's the biggest thing. He's looking really good coming into finals. He has just gone on the incline really quickly.
And obviously the result of tonight, you know, it gives us a little bit of confidence moving forward, but we still do wait for other results. What was the focus coming in? I assume it was just to win and get the 4 points no matter what.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, get the 4 points.
Yeah, well, obviously, I guess.
We want to playing to our strengths and playing to our DNA, and I think for most of the game we did that, which is exciting. So yeah, we'll see how it all falls, and looking forward to what finals brings.
That's it. I don't think any of the players know the results yet.
Obviously, a pleasing result after a game that had its ups and downs. How'd you see it overall?
Yeah, obviously had opportunities early. It would have been nice to capitalise. I think that's probably the last piece of the puzzle at the moment. Sort of.
Yeah, 100%. We're doing everything else right, but then we know bad kicking is bad football, and the more we give ourselves these behinds and stuff, it just pressures on to the next player. Just look at the Gold Coast game where we kicked, I think it was 10 behinds before we kicked the goal. The pressure kept going on to the next player, to the next player, to the next player. You got to put those away straight away. Last piece of the puzzle.
Been able to finish that inside 50 work, but it was good spirit to hang in there. We had some momentum against, and then to fight it out and obviously get the win and put ourselves in a position to finish top 4. That's what we came here to do.
Defensive backs are really important in footy, and Darcy Cameron had a pretty pivotal moment in that last quarter, didn't he? That tackle down in the back pocket. How'd you see that, and how important was that for the group?
You said one question, but no, it was unbelievable. like his guys are just fighting and competing, and that's part of our mantra is to fight it out, and to have our ruckman do it,
that was an incredible tackle.
Inspirational. So he's been enormous for us all year, and it doesn't surprise me.
Shooter, the pressure in that last 15 minutes was.
Shooter was again another really. I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy that he's finally come into his own this year.
Immense, and it looked like the forward line were really leading. A lot of defensive acts from yourself, Bo McRae. How'd you see it? How'd the last 15 minutes play out?
Yeah, it was intense. And that's the joys of footy. It was a finals-like contest, especially in that sort of last 15 minutes. And I think it's going to set us up really well for the next couple of weeks, what's ahead. And to come out on the winning side of that is pretty special.
Your mate,
100%
on the forward line, 200 games tonight. He's only played.
Spewing that Tim Membry didn't kick a goal in his 200th. He's been good for a goal a week these last couple of weeks. So that's a big spew.
21 for Collingwood, but his presence and what he brings culturally has been really recognised this week, hasn't he? He's a great teammate.
Absolutely. He's one of the best skunker. We absolutely love him. He bought into the group straight away.
I love that.
He's loved throughout the whole footy club by players, staff, everyone, coaches, everyone. What he does on the field, he's the most selfless teammate. He makes everyone else.
Yeah, you can tell.
Makes all his teammates around him better. But off the field, he's just such a caring, loving man.
You can tell what, how good of a person Tim Membry is, and even just the way he goes about it on field. We're going to get him that flag this year. We're going to get him that flag. He would have played finals for St Kilda. Would he have? I wonder if this is going to be his first final campaign. Surely not. No, surely not. Nah, he would have played finals.
And we're so lucky that he came across to the club.
He's the kind of forward that gets about 10 touches a game, kicks 2 goals, but a lot of credit and I guess praise is given to him around his pressure and his fight and his competitive nature in the forward line, doesn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. His second and third efforts are insane. A lot of the time he's outsized, fighting against 2 or 3 in the air, and he somehow wins the ball and brings it to ground, and then follows up and makes a big tackle or gets the ball moving our way, and that's why we love him. He's just a competitor. He's a beast. He's as strong as anyone, and he plays footy the right way.
At the start of the year, I thought Tim Membry wasn't going to get. He was only going to be a bit part player. He's played, like you just said, 21 or so games. He's only been rested twice, and he's kicked 30 goals. Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. At the start of the year as well, I said that the Triple M, so McStay, Marchek, and Membry would combine for 100 goals, and I had a lot of people saying, "You don't know football, 100 goals, that's so stupid." Blah 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 blah. They've combined for 85 goals so far, and that's only because McStay was out for a long time with that knee injury, and he has to have played the ruck and as a backman for these last couple of weeks, so he's not really finding the sticks. But 85 goals before a finals campaign is a really, really incredible return. So excited to see what they can do in the final series. But this has been the Final Siren. Hope you had some good insight into these interviews. Until then, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets, and until next time, double shackers. I'll swoop you later.